Hello, my name is Brizzy.
I'm Simon.
I'm Maria.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Elle.
And welcome back to
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Dope Lip Club.
The last episode, Monica came in a little late because she was practicing piano, and we haven't read any poems yet. So let's jump on in.
Hey, Yuri.
Eh?
I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request.
Don't sit so close this time.
Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all. Even though tea is disgusting.
Thanks very much.
Tea's the best. Yeah.
If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up. Sorry, I was yawning. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. Fetch, girl.
Electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements very closely. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because her long legs.
Ooh.
Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you. And those long legs.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah,
Hey, where are you two off to?
Nunya.
Where's that?
Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once.
Oh, no!
Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Sydney in club activities?
My mouth gapes.
I
Butt bump.
suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Sydney.
He quickly exits the room and I follow.
Oh, he's
Get your guns out of here!
That Monica sure's a bitch, isn't she?
Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
That's the noise of it.
It's just Alex who does that. Don't worry.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
Well, for starters, you don't have a water pitcher in those hands, so now one of us has to awkwardly go back in the room.
It's between her titty.
Oh, okay. No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but put that bitch in her place. It's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Sydney, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because I want the titty. Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns light rain shower into a hurricane.
Then no. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. I can. Watch me. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say?
Oops. I mean... Yuri lifts her head.
Sydney, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I kind of shot myself in the foot here, but I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah, please. Let's exit this situation. Stage left. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain.
She just holds it in her hands.
Carries it back.
She just holds it in her mouth and dribbles it into the
No wonder we need the filter.
Now you have some of me inside of you.
Okay. Maybe it's not too late to get in the anime club?
Yeah. Can we romance Sayori instead?
Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Sydney, do you like oolong tea?
I like short tea.
I like long legs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. This is very specific.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will, but I'm not an expert, so I don't know if you're even doing it wrong. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. Oh, Jesus. I was gonna say, what if you did that song and you knew? You must be in a good mood now that you told Monica to shut the fuck up and mind her own business.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway.
You who?
That's great, Yuri. That's great for you. Just don't push yourself too much.
But you're still so patronizing with him.
Keep some of those emotions inside.
Keep a couple of those in.
You're always worrying about me, Sydney. It's very endearing.
That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Sydney, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Bitch, what? Why is that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
There's a bag on those chairs, ain't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she slouches. Those titties are heavy. She slouches. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my
Your posture, right? Always hunched over while reading. I'm saving you here. Take that lifeline.
I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So easy to read over him.
I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag.
From my bag.
From my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar.
She's like in the back of the room, like, eh?
Like she does that anime thing where her head lifts up and her eyes are just like little light sparks. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. How do you know?
Because oolong and that would go good with chocolate.
How did he know? He said he's
I don't
not a tea expert.
He doesn't even know that's actually leaves.
Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume our same reading position.
Everybody. Oh wait, that's Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. As last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Just gonna come right here. Just, oh, Jesus.
It's almost like when we read those romance novels in the car.
Yeah. It's just insta-boner.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup.
I thought they were
Our
already at their
fingers
side.
brush. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest.
Why?
Overthinks everything.
Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. No. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading, and not the titty. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Oh, that's okay. I won't take any.
Huh? Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
I think this bitch just doesn't like chocolate.
If she's anorexic.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time of reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg.
So I feel your boner.
White part of her eye keeps kind of like fading in and out.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's supposed to be her eyes going back and forth.
Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She bites my finger. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively.
I'm sorry, I pressed my little space button too quick.
And we put the chocolate in her mouth and Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Look how cute she is.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Sydney.
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do,
Feed each other.
right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Just friends.
Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? This one was for me. Yuri doesn't avert her gaze.
I was only just going to give him one.
I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths.
Well, like, isn't that how it always works? Like, does your chest ever, like, move differently than how you're breathing? Like,
It doesn't move at all. I'm actually undead. I raise my arm.
Oh,
Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. Just the tiny
She's
corner.
not crying, right? That's like sweat.
I think that's sweat, yeah.
Okay. I don't like
I hate chocolate. I'm diabetic.
I'm
I can feel my arteries
cocoa.
closing.
I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Okay, everyone!
We both jump. Ooh, ah. Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share bombs! She really doesn't like us girl. Sydney, can you help you already put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Grow a pair.
Alright, who should we show it to first? Anyone have an input?
Sayori.
Sayori.
Yeah, you should save Yuri for last because she's the one you wrote it for.
Ooh! I like this one, Sydney. It has some nice feelings in it.
I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? I thought he said it'd been a couple days.
No, it's just Monday. Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
That's not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
Sorry, I was young. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works.
It's only 11. We still have an hour till New Year's.
Fucking tired. Get off my back, woman. Then again, I guess conveying feeling is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Oh, you want to write something for me?
No.
That's so sweet.
Don't. Yeah, you're right. But you're always thinking about other people. You think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you wind up getting hurt at some point.
Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Well, whatever. Anyway,
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both? There's a word for that, right? What's that word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Sad Yuri.
Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Sydney. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles.
Where's wrong this time?
I pop off my scalp. Okay. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on a shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts all in a row. Oh, thoughts and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hidden in nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends, who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. Almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out really good, so you should be proud of it.
Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it in no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic.
Who next?
You should choose. You're the narrator.
You guys should choose. You're the guests.
Natsuki. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort.
That's good.
But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious.
What do you mean by that?
Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's gonna just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at all. Or suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level.
Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden.
Don't tell me.
Huh?
You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you?
What are you talking about? Hey, keep your voice down.
You know Yuri would love this angsty...
Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me.
I am so done with you.
Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me.
Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me.
Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place.
Oh,
No,
you
we
didn't get to read
Okay,
first.
no, she was fucking done.
Hi again, Sydney. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. Just don't yell at me about how I'm trying to impress another girl.
Oops, I gave my poem to Monica.
Alright! This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
Sure, her writing style. I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when
Monica
she's
gets ahead of herself.
or when she's talking about literature. It's like the lights turn on inside her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her.
Bitch, I did.
Trust me, I tried. Who knows what's going on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
Huh? You completely misunderstood.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one anyways.
Monica kind of whispers that last
She
part
whispered
to
it
you.
really loudly. Just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything.
Well, there's
Yeah.
not really anything wrong with that. I have like 20 fictional boyfriends.
Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyways, you want to read my poem now?
Not really after that.
I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me.
With what? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
That's all, folks.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
Oh, Jesus.
Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Well, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
What happened to that fourth wall? It's gone.
Now I'm like, you never know.
Yuri.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Sydney, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
Mom's spaghetti.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I'm glad that she remembered to breathe.
Yeah. Maybe her breasts were moving in time.
They weren't before, that's what made it hard.
Yeah, they were kind of flopping lopsided.
Like, the left would go in, but the
Moving
right would go out.
independently of each
So
other.
it was, and like she had to get them in sync. That's why she's holding her chest. She had to get them in sync
There
to
we
breathe.
go. There we go.
I know that Erie likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me...
Horny.
Really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods.
Are you petting my foot?
Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Your class friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. She has no friends. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
And not that pink-haired bitch over there.
Clearly.
Hey, the raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as
Unordinary.
as are unordinary.
And
As an unordinary human.
Her handwriting is hard to read.
I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread my hungry curiosity, the raccoon
an urge.
an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. That very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. So my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic.
Pavlovian.
Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
Well, the bread is her wrist.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies.
Ooh, tell me more.
It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Sydney?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing,
Yes, I am.
listening. There really aren't many people like you, Sydney.
That's exaggerating a little bit. Besides, that was 2 things that you listed, so I don't know if you could say I'm talented at a lot of things.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that.
It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear.
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything. Oops.
Good in just a few days.
In just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations.
That's just like
Don't
playing
worry
Schooner.
so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica?
Yeah, we're gonna have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem and recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys.
No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud in a room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked them. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event, and each of us put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same.
Don't poke my eye.
And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
And mostly being intimate with yourself.
Mostly.
So
That's
just
right.
keep poking her in the eye until she gets it. Are you ready, Natsuki?
And those are the reasons we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if that's all, and if all it takes is standing in the front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. I'm gonna say silent.
Yeah.
Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right.
Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice.
That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to our main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monica, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way We Fly.
And I'm gonna leave that poem for the next episode because we're at the end of our time. But thank you guys all for joining for another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club.
Dope Lit Club.
Dope Lit Club, DDLC. And if you are enjoying this, make sure that you subscribe so that as we put new pieces of it out, you can be the first to see them.
And if you like the video, go ahead and like the video and check out the link below to our coffee.
But until next time, bye!
Bye! Bye!
Sayonara! Hello there.
Mystery skip. Oh, sorry.
I was in the middle of introducing.
Sorry.